Most people move through life following a largely unchallenged script, a societal playbook that lays out what fun should look like, what success ought to mean, and what fulfillment is supposed to feel like. These definitions are passed down through culture, tradition, media, and peer influence. From the expected weekend parties to the relentless pursuit of status symbols and the clockwork rhythm of a 9 to 5 life. The majority simply conform without deeply questioning whether these choices align with their inner truth. The momentum of the herd often drowns out personal intuition, leaving many to live lives that may be comfortable, but not necessarily authentic. The Sigma male, however, is wired differently. He does not take the playbook at face value. Instead, he examines it line by line with the discernment of a minimalist and the critical eye of a strategist. Every societal norm he encounters is subject to scrutiny. Is this habit draining his mental bandwidth? Is this obligation aligned with his values, or just a relic of expectation? Does this path lead to real growth, or is it a loop of hollow gratification? Driven by a deep sense of autonomy and a mindset rooted in ruthless efficiency, the Sigma male removes anything that adds noise to his inner clarity. His decisions are not dictated by what others are doing, but by what makes sense to his unique vision of freedom and purpose. This approach often makes his lifestyle appear non-traditional, even rebellious. While others may interpret his solitude as loneliness or his detachment as arrogance, they fail to see the method behind the minimalism. His life is not built for optics. It's designed for depth, control, and self-mastery. Everything he eliminates creates space for what truly matters: meaningful goals, intellectual curiosity, and emotional sovereignty. In this in-depth exploration, we will uncover 8 common behaviors widely accepted by society, yet consciously avoided by the Sigma male. These are the habits most never question, but the Sigma does. And in opting out, he doesn't just reject the norm, he reclaims power. For each behavior, we will break down what society expects, why the Sigma male resists it, and what he ultimately gains by forging his own path. This is not just about rebellion. It's about intention, insight, and the unapologetic pursuit of a life that is truly one's own. 1. High-volume nightlife. The Sigma's preference for meaningful interaction. The sensory overload of modern nightlife. Step into the modern nightlife scene, a packed nightclub pulsing with lights and sound, and you are instantly immersed in a whirlwind of sensory input. Thunderous music vibrates through the floor and into your chest. Strobe lights flicker with such intensity, they seem to fracture time itself, and bodies press shoulder to shoulder, reducing movement to a slow, awkward crawl. For the average person, this high-energy environment is the ultimate form of release, a celebration of freedom, fun, and social connectivity. It's a chance to forget the routine, let go of inhibitions, and be absorbed by the collective rhythm of the crowd. Why the Sigma male opts out. To the Sigma male, however, this environment feels more like chaos than connection. It overwhelms his finely tuned sensory radar. Rather than finding relaxation in the thrum of music and flashing lights, he feels overstimulated and mentally claustrophobic. Most importantly, the kind of conversation he values. Conversations that peel back the layers of thought, that probe beyond small talk and reach into the realm of introspection and authenticity, are nearly impossible here. The need to shout just to be heard makes thoughtful dialogue a logistical nightmare. The constant sensory input doesn't recharge him, it depletes him. The Sigma male experiences this environment not as leisure, but as noise masquerading as fun. The alternative: intimate and controlled social settings. This doesn't mean the Sigma is antisocial. Far from it. He enjoys human connection, but on his own terms. He thrives in environments where authenticity can breathe. A dimly lit cafe, a peaceful rooftop under stars, or an evening with a close friend over a shared bottle of wine. These are the Sigma sanctuaries. In such settings, he is able to fully engage in the moment. He can observe micro-expressions, track the ebb and flow of real emotions, and have conversations that leave a lingering sense of meaning. While the mainstream may chase adrenaline highs in crowded spaces, the Sigma chooses fulfillment in quiet corners. He doesn't avoid nightlife out of fear or awkwardness. He avoids it because it offers too little of what he values and too much of what he doesn't. 2. Amusement parks. The illusion of thrills versus the reality of waiting. The allure and disappointment of theme parks. Amusement parks are marketed as wonderlands of thrill and joy, an escape from the ordinary filled with towering roller coasters, vivid colors, whimsical music, and endless attractions designed to delight the senses. For many, they represent the ultimate getaway, a place to reclaim childlike excitement and create memories with family and friends. However, the reality often fails to live up to the fantasy. What begins as a hopeful outing quickly devolves into a marathon of waiting. Waiting in traffic, waiting in security lines, waiting to buy tickets, waiting to board rides, and even waiting just to purchase overpriced, mediocre food. Hours pass in slow-moving queues, and by the end of the day, what was promised as a thrill-filled adventure often feels more like an exhausting exercise in patience and endurance. The Sigma's cost-benefit analysis. Sigma males, who are always conscious of how they invest their time and energy, are quick to detect the imbalance in this equation. While they are not averse to excitement, they are sharply selective about how they experience it. The fleeting adrenaline of a 2-minute roller coaster ride rarely compensates for the rigid structure and the endless hours spent waiting in line. The Sigma's analytical nature evaluates the amusement park experience and often finds it lacking, overhyped, overcrowded, and overly controlled. It feels less like a genuine adventure and more like a manufactured thrill wrapped in corporate efficiency and consumer distraction. Freedom over scheduled entertainment. Rather than subscribing to these pre-packaged versions of fun, Sigma males gravitate toward experiences that offer freedom, unpredictability, and authenticity. Instead of being herded through predetermined attractions, they prefer exploring a forgotten hiking trail, discovering a hidden cafe in a quiet town, or diving into a self-directed passion project that captivates their mind for hours. These unstructured experiences provide not only stimulation, but also a sense of ownership and control, something that cookie-cutter amusement parks can't replicate. For the Sigma male, adventure doesn't need turnstiles and souvenir shops. It needs space, solitude, and a spark of curiosity. 3. Constant self-documentation on social media. The Sigma's rejection of performative living. The pics or it didn't happen mentality. In today's hyper-connected digital culture, it has become second nature for people to document their lives in real time, from what they ate for breakfast to where they spent the weekend. Every moment is turned into content for public consumption. There's an unspoken pressure to curate a life that not only feels fulfilling, but looks impressive online. The phrase pics or it didn't happen isn't just a joke. It encapsulates a deeper truth about modern validation. Many people no longer experience events for the sake of the moment. They experience them for the sake of sharing, often shaping their choices around how photogenic or post-worthy an activity is. The Sigma's philosophy, presence over performance. The Sigma male finds his performance-driven lifestyle not just unappealing, but counterintuitive. He doesn't feel the need to prove his experiences to anyone. When he encounters something powerful, a golden hour sky melting into dusk, a brilliant conversation, a stirring piece of music, his instinct is not to reach for a phone, but to be fully present. For him, stopping to capture a moment often means interrupting it. It fractures the flow of authenticity and transforms what should be personal into something performative. His fulfillment isn't external, and therefore it doesn't require an audience. The value of unrecorded memories. In resisting the impulse to document every experience, the Sigma male cultivates deeper and more lasting memories. He absorbs the raw textures of life without the filter of a lens or the pressure of an audience. The laughter of a friend echoing through a quiet street, the heat of a fire during a mountain campout, the thrill of arriving somewhere unexpected after getting lost. These memories linger not because they were captured, but because they were truly lived. For the Sigma male, the most meaningful moments are the ones nobody else sees, because their value lies in their essence, not in their visibility. For speeding and reckless driving, the Sigma's embrace of discipline over ego. Pop culture's glamorization of recklessness. In modern pop culture, reckless driving is often celebrated as a bold expression of freedom and dominance. Whether it's action movies showcasing high-speed chases or car commercials glorifying aggressive stunts, this form of behavior is marketed as the embodiment of rebellion, confidence, and masculinity. The screeching of tires, the blur of speed, and the adrenaline-fueled chaos of the road are portrayed as marks of courage and skill, something to be admired, even envied. Why the Sigma sees through the illusion, but the Sigma male sees through the illusion. To him, This behavior isn't confidence, it's compensation. Reckless driving, in his eyes, is not a badge of fearlessness, but a symptom of insecurity. It reflects a need to be seen, to project power through unnecessary risk. A car, to the Sigma, is not a toy or a tool for ego. It is a high-performance machine that demands respect, precision, and responsibility. Endangering lives for the sake of thrills or image is not impressive. It's immature and short-sighted. Mastery over showmanship. The Sigma male is defined by his preference of control over chaos. When he drives, his focus is on mastery, reading the road, anticipating behavior, adjusting to variables. He finds satisfaction not in speed, but in smooth execution and sharp awareness. His driving reflects his mindset, calculated, composed, and quietly competent. Where others might speed for validation, the Sigma slows down for strategy. His sense of strength doesn't need to announce itself. It's evident in the calm precision with which he handles every situation. 5. Celebrity gossip and worship. The Sigma selective consumption of information, the tabloid obsession with famous lives. In an age where celebrity culture dominates headlines, screens, and social feeds, millions are consumed by the minutiae of famous people's lives. Breakups, feuds, fashion choices, scandalous texts. These are fed to the public like daily rations, sparking endless debates and speculation. For many, celebrity gossip offers an escape, a shared cultural currency, or a quick hit of entertainment. The Sigma's disinterest in manufactured drama. The Sigma male, however, remains largely unmoved by this media circus. He sees celebrity gossip for what it is, manufactured drama designed to distract and emotionally manipulate. While he may admire public figures for their work ethic, creativity, or leadership, he has little interest in their personal squabbles or scandalous headlines. The lives of strangers hold no sway over his emotions or priorities. He values information that elevates, not distracts. Investing attention wisely. To the Sigma, attention is currency, and he spends it wisely. Instead of investing mental energy in tabloid noise, he pours into pursuits that yield growth. Reading deeply, learning new skills, cultivating relationships that matter. His informational diet is not driven by impulse, but by intention. He avoids becoming emotionally entangled in the drama of people he'll never meet, choosing instead to deepen his own life narrative with purpose and clarity. In rejecting celebrity worship, he reclaims his focus for what truly deserves it, his own evolution. 6. Identity through consumer labels. The Sigma's rejection of status symbols, luxury marketing, and the illusion of worth. Consumer culture relentlessly equates personal value with external symbols. Expensive cars, designer clothes, and brand-name gadgets are sold not just as products, but as declarations of success and status. Marketing campaigns are engineered to convince people that wearing a certain label or owning a certain item elevates them in the social hierarchy, that identity is something to be purchased and displayed. The Sigma's value-driven purchasing. But the Sigma male rejects this illusion. He does not derive identity from possessions. For him, the worth of an item lies in its functionality, craftsmanship, and personal resonance, not in its ability to impress others. He chooses what serves him, not what sells to the masses. A simple watch that lasts decades holds more value than a flashy one that demands attention. His sense of self is grounded, internal, and immune to trends. Resource allocation for long-term growth. Rather than chasing after fleeting fashion statements or luxury indulgences, the Sigma invests in things that build long-term value. Education, personal development, entrepreneurial ventures, or experiences that expand his worldview. He understands that true wealth is not measured in logos, but in freedom of thought, of movement, of direction. By refusing to let consumer culture dictate his self-image, the Sigma male lives lighter, thinks clearer, and moves with purpose. His confidence is not on display. It's embedded deep within him. 7. Social group drama. The Sigma's boundary against emotional drain. The exhausting cycle of interpersonal conflict. In many social groups, there is an undercurrent of emotional turbulence that never quite settles. Gossip, grudges, passive-aggressive comments, and loyalty tests weave an invisible web that entangles members in a constant state of tension. What begins as casual conversation can quickly devolve into whisper resentments and power plays. For many, Navigating this emotional maze becomes part of the social norm, enduring conflict as the price of belonging. The Sigma's protocol for conflict. The Sigma male approaches this dynamic with decisive clarity. He does not tolerate drama as an unavoidable consequence of social life. He sees it as an unnecessary leak of energy. Rather than engaging in subtle games or indirect confrontations, he communicates directly. If there is a problem, he addresses it. If boundaries are crossed, he enforces them. And if a situation offers no resolution and only repeated friction, he disengages entirely. The Sigma male has no need to win arguments or earn favor through alignment with one camp over another. His loyalty is to peace of mind and purposeful living. Leadership through emotional integrity. This approach is often mistaken for coldness or aloofness, but in truth, it stems from deep emotional intelligence. The Sigma male understands the cost of emotional entanglement and chooses not to pay it frivolously. His refusal to indulge in social drama isn't rooted in arrogance. It's rooted in self-respect and a genuine desire for clean, honest connections. By modeling direct communication and emotional restraint, he often becomes a quiet example of leadership, showing others that maturity lies not in dominating conflict, but in transcending it. 8. Following popular trends online. The Sigma's resistance to digital hype. The viral nature of internet culture. The digital age is defined by its speed and volatility. Social media churns out new trends almost daily. Viral dances, hot takes, lifestyle hacks, instant investment opportunities, and the latest must-haves that are obsolete within a week. Platforms are designed to exploit the fear of missing out FOMO, nudging users to participate now or risk social invisibility. This cycle of trend chasing becomes an exhausting loop of short-lived engagement with little long-term reward. The Sigma's long-term evaluation. Sigma males resist this pull toward instant popularity. They observe trends not with excitement, but with discernment. A Sigma may engage with a trend if it aligns with his values, goals, or long-term strategies, but he will never adopt one blindly. His decisions are filtered through a lens of enduring value. He asks, will this skill, idea, or movement serve me in a year, 5 years? If not, he stays on the sidelines. The approval of strangers or fleeting internet clout holds no weight in his personal algorithm for growth. The power of deep work and consistency. By choosing not to scatter his focus across every passing fad, the Sigma male creates something far more powerful than online relevance. He creates momentum. His progress is rooted in discipline and deep work. Writing, building, learning, mastering. He isn't interested in appearing productive. He is productive. Where the masses chase the next big thing, the Sigma digs into what matters most to him. This quiet dedication sets him apart, not through volume, but through substance. Conclusion: the Sigma's path to authentic freedom. Sigma males are not defined by what they reject, but by what they choose to preserve. Time, focus, purpose, and peace. Their disinterest in many mainstream behaviors does not stem from bitterness, misanthropy, or elitism. It comes from a refined inner compass that values meaning over momentum. They don't withdraw from society out of contempt. They simply see through its noise and opt for a frequency that resonates more deeply with who they are. In a world obsessed with appearances, validation, and endless stimulation, the Sigma male moves differently. He moves deliberately. Every decision is a declaration of autonomy. Whether it's avoiding group drama, resisting the chaos of nightlife, or refusing to chase likes and trends, the Sigma's actions are unified by one principle: freedom. Not the shallow kind sold by marketing, but profound kind earned through self-awareness and intentional living. In consciously opting out of behaviors that drain rather than nourish, the Sigma male doesn't just survive in modern society. He thrives on his own terms. And in doing so, he carves out a life of depth, authenticity, and quiet power. Do you resonate with this perspective? Leave a comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Do these ideas resonate with you? If you found yourself nodding along or reflecting deeply on the traits and experiences we explored in this video, I'd love to hear your thoughts. The Sigma male mindset isn't often talked about openly, and your perspective, whether you identify with it personally or have encountered in others, adds valuable depth to the conversation. Drop a comment below and let me know, which part hit home the most for you? Have you seen these traits in yourself or someone you know? Your insights help build a community where authenticity and growth are prioritized over popularity and performance. If you're drawn to this kind of introspective, no-nonsense content around Sigma males, psychological strength, emotional intelligence, and high-value living, there's more waiting for you. Explore the other videos on this channel for deeper dives, actionable insights, and raw truths that cut through the noise. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay sharp, stay grounded, and stay unapologetically real.